guys, and welcome to day 2 of the 30-day poetry challenge. How did you do? I'm wondering, with the assignments that we had on day 1. Assignment number 1, find a place that feels good and a time that feels good to write in. And number 2, write a list of things that you think you might want to write about. Now, you may have done that, you may have not done that quite yet. That's okay. With this assignment, as with all assignments, optional. Do what calls to you. Do something different that calls to you. You're the master of your own fate. You decide what you want to put your time and your energy into. That being said, I would like to say a word about perfection. Perfection, in fact, is a poem killer. I mean, as in if you're doing any writing, really, if you're doing anything, perfectionism is a battle that I struggle with as well. It's hard to write something and leave it alone, or even the judgment that comes from looking at something and going, it's not perfect. What is perfect? I think as good as it can be is not the same as perfection. So, especially for a casual project like this, see if you can let any kind of judgments go, any kind of perfectionism, and just let what you do over the course of these 30 days to just be experimental. There was a story actually that my writing coach told us, and she said there was a lady that she wrote with once who wrote always with a desk here and a shredder there. So she could write what she wanted and go zzz, and it would be gone. So I fully encourage you to write crap. So you can write crap and go zzz and never see it again. And write crap and go zzz, never see it again. And write crap. And then one day you'll look at it and realize it's not crap. It's what was true to you in the moment, and it's nice to look back. So don't shred everything, but it is up to you. You can always write something that you don't like and start again. But perfectionism, don't let it stop you from starting, pretty much. The blank page is sometimes a little bit scary. This is why I say this. You know, it's hard to get started, and sometimes it's hard to keep going. But that's why we have things like this, because writing, this is why I'm doing this. This is why I'm getting feedback from other writers. This is why I'm joining writers' communities. You can't write in a vacuum, and it is so much easier to be able to write when you have a community around you. So this is why this. Embrace this and know that you're writing with other people, and that you can interact with them, that you're writing with me, and you can get feedback from me. Whatever you need to do to support yourself in your endeavor to write crap, just go find it, right? And if this is it, fantastic. You know, I'm glad to have you here. So, if you are ready, it is time for assignment number 2. Now, with assignment number 2, you also have 2 choices. And one choice, the first choice, is to really solidify that place to write that really feels comfortable, and take out that list or make that list and look at the stuff that you have on there of the things that you might want to write about. And maybe that's as much as you do, or you pick one of those things and think, why? Why is it that I want to write about that? So your beginning line for that will be, I want to write about this because. I want to write about this because. Just go. Sometimes it's much easier, again, because the blank page is a bit scary sometimes. Let a prompt do the thinking for you so you can just get on to the work. The reason I want to write about this is because. Okay, if you are ready, it is time for assignment number 2. Now, for assignment number 2, we have been talking about perfection and how chasing perfection is not quite useful sometimes to the creative process. So for this prompt, I want you to start with the phrase, "These are the ways that I am not perfect." These are the ways that I am not perfect. And this is in celebration of those things. It's interesting to celebrate the things about yourself that are not quite perfect. Now, for both of these prompts, for the prompt about, I want to write about this because, or these are the ways that I'm not perfect, go for 5 minutes. Set a timer, go for 5 minutes. If you want to keep going, then feel free. And if you want to post it on the 30 Days of Poetry Challenge page, then please do that. Or if you want to send it directly to me, so for some feedback or some discussion, feel free. But either way, those are the assignments. All right, now that we have that covered, there's nothing left to do but read a poem. This is a collection of poetry from March Piercy called "The Moon is Always Female." I discovered her in university, sitting on the library floor, smelling books in the stacks, as I did. And she happens to have written a poem about perfection called "Cats Like Angels." Cats, like angels, are supposed to be thin. Pigs, like cherubs, are supposed to be fat. People are mostly in between. A knob of bones sticking out in the knee you might like to pad, a dollop of flab hanging over the belt. You punish yourself. One of those rubber balls kids have that come bouncing back off their own paddles, rebounding on the same slab. You want to be slender and seamless as a bolt. When I was a girl, I loved spiny men with acidic grimaces, all elbows and words and cartilage, ribbed like cast-up fog-gray hulls, faces to cut the eyes blind on the glittering blade, chins of Aegean prows bent on piracy. Now, I look for men whose easy bellies show a love for the flesh and the table, men who will come in the kitchen and sit, who don't think peeling potatoes makes their penis shrink. Men with broad fingers and purple figgy balls, men with rumpled furrows, and the slightly messed look at ease of beds recently well used. We are not all supposed to look like undernourished 14-year-old boys, no matter what the fashions ordain. You are built to pull a cart, to lift a heavy load and bear it, to haul up the long slope, and so am I. Pleasant bodies, earthy, solid, shapely, dark glazed clay pots that can stand on the fire. When we put our bellies together, we do not clatter, but bounce on the good upholstery. So, a lot about loving our imperfections, whatever they may be. So, have fun with the day 2 assignments. Contact me if you have any questions, and thanks again for writing with me. Have a great day. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful journey into poetry. And I'd like to wish you good luck with your own writing and poetry projects. Please subscribe so you don't miss a day. And thank you so much.